Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Bobber's Bar Plays Badly. No, it's not. It's Bobber's Bar Emergency Game Night Extra. This morning, I got an email from a guy called Chris Dixon saying there's this thing called PlayFromHome.us, which does sort of Jackbox style games. So I thought, well, we'll jump on that. So if you want to come in and play, go to playfromhome.us. We're playing Spectrum first. I've got two games. I'm going to play Spectrum. We're going to play both of them this evening. Join a room, and the room code is UJDB. So we'll give you a couple of minutes to join the game. You've got some of you watching. It's very excited. We don't know how many people it would take. We are going into this completely blind. And whilst you're all signing up, let's meet our little panel of contestants. We've got Steve Lewis. Hello, Steve.
Hello. How are you?
I'm all right. This is very exciting. You're a new person to the Bob's Bar video thing.
Yeah. I'm first time joining, so seen a lot. And
Excellent. Always good to have new people. And if you're new and you want to join us on the panel for a show later on, always keep a lookout. We're doing these things very often. You've also been joined by Coleman, Club Legend. Hello, Coleman.
What's up, bro?
Excellent. A regular to our streams. Always good value. That's always good. And the first time we've got, very, very excitingly, Chris Dixon, who gave us the email for this today. So it's all his fault. Hello, Chris. How are you? Have you played this before?
Nope.
So you're going into this completely blind as well?
As blind as all the rest of us.
That is excellent. You've been joined by Bob's Bar's brainiest man, Matt Clemson.
Hello there.
Hello there. And we've been joined by Ireland's very own Liam Davis. Hello, Liam.
Hello.
Excellent.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Great to see so many people that have already joined this game. Got 12 players so far. I'll give it another minute or so, then we'll start the game. So, like I said, we've got no idea what's about to happen. There are two games. There's a game called Spectrum, and there's a game called Letters. They're playing Spectrum first. What does it involve? Will it work with this many people? Who knows? But get on your phones, and I think actually you've got 12. That's good. So we'll start now and see what happens, shall we? You want to show us slide scale indicator time? Oh, it's wavelength. Excellent.
Good, I don't have to buy it.
Type something you think will allow other players. Okay, here we go. Right.
oh no.
Okay, so you're seeing a sliding scale on the left, and you must guess. You write something that would fit on that scale somewhere. Other people have to try and guess where on that scale it's going to be. It's all wavelength in reverse, I suppose. Or no, it's not actually. It's wavelength, as in wavelength.
Yeah.
Let's hide that. I'm playing, and I don't normally play along with this. So I can host and do it at the same time. But I want to play the games, so let's lock that in. Avoid using numbers.
So that's the thing, we don't really actually see it on the Discord there, Brig.
Are you not? You should be.
No, because it's the squares.
Try going out and coming back in again.
Yeah,
Or should I do that? Let me turn off the camera and turn it on again. Better?
It's still loading for me.
I'll tell you what, if you just play that on your phone for now.
Okay.
So we've been seeing names as avocado toast, and the scale was millennial or boomer, and must now lock in where on that scale we think it is. I mean, anything could happen at this point. It might crash.
Are we discussing our reasoning at this point, or
I
are
don't
we
think so. I think we're just
okay.
having a guess. I think we're just waiting for Gwilym. I'm not getting the enter button. It looks like Gwilym is it's crashed for him. This is live. It's live and very exciting. Anything can happen. Now, will it time William out if it crashes through him? If he doesn't do anything. Let's see if I can.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Back in control.
Oh, this is good. This is live. It's live, untested, and very exciting.
Tension is unbearable.
It is unbearable. Okay, I'm gonna give it. If you don't touch anything for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and we'll see what happens. If it goes badly wrong, we'll just reload and start again. See what happens that time. So this is new and live and untested, and of course there are likely to be bugs. So this is very exciting. Can you, William? Can you leave the room and re-enter it? Try that. I closed page load, didn't do anything. Okay, what we're going to do then is just restart the game because that's fun. Let's restart the game. Let me close the room. I'm all going to start another room.
Hey,
Let's start again. Start a new room. ZFUB. Players, so one person who was in last time is about to play again. Okay, I'll give it 10 more seconds. ZFUB, play from home.us. Okay, let's start the game and see what happens. Right. Oh, I see. That question mark is that where you're meant to try and guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, it's not obvious. That makes more sense. I've got a question here what I can answer very, very obviously, but not in the spirit of the game, I think. I'm going to see another prompt, that's unfair. Right. Oh, hello. I'm going to put this answer in. I don't think it's very good, but here we go. Right. You're playing Spectrum. Foxy Rhino, we're playing Spectrum. This is it's effectively wavelength. Avoid using numbers and fractions would be my guess.
Mine is really hard.
Yeah, mine's quite hard. Well, you see, I had. I'll tell you afterwards. Actually, it might give away the thing now. If you ever played Wavelength, this is the sort of question you get.
I think my first one that we lost was a little easier.
Right, we're going to be playing another game after a second game after this. Maybe another game this one. There we go. Liam says aeroplanes, modern or ancient. So we'll scroll around and see what happens. Lock in an answer. Let's see everyone lock in. This will be brilliant if it all works. Oh, I think everyone's in.
I think it's interesting you can see where other players are going in at.
742. It was exactly there. Good. Comedic or tragic? And Trailer Bear says thing. Well, that's
As in the thing?
who knows? Just waiting for Liam. Is it a crash for Liam as well now?
No, I was only stuck with on anything airplanes for myself.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
yeah.
Took a moment.
There we go. Whether it's been tested to play with this amount of people, I don't know.
I am noticing that whenever I slide the slider up and down, it gets dangerously close to the slide down to reload page prompt on Chrome.
Yeah, I'm actually playing on PC, so I'm just using mouse, and it's working fine.
May not be a bad idea.
Well played,
That's
Thing.
late.
You're really on the ball.
Are you in, Liam?
Yeah, just put in what I have.
Okay. This isn't updating for me or anything.
Yeah, I think what's happening here is I think it's because of the latency lag or something like that that's going on.
No, it shouldn't be an issue.
Hmm.
Unless it's taking a while on the server end.
Who knows?
Well, I'll tell you what. When this works properly, this will probably be very, very good. Right now, it's not quite there yet, I'd suggest. I mean, everyone's locked in. It's not going through. I mean, how long do you wait to see if it catches up? It's a big question.
I've not got anything on.
I've just seen something move on the screen. It's My Yard says I think like Jackbox needs to be like 8 players and an audience. It would be good if I could limit it to a certain amount of people, because I could absolutely use this for a games night. Well, it looks like it's crashed again.
Hey!
Great. Let's play letters now. Anyway, that's Play from Home US. This is the excitement of the live television. I also don't doubt it worked better with fewer people, but so we have got right. So let's start a room. Join existing room. C day GE. Okay. Compete to guess a phrase the fastest. +1 for every letter you guess correctly. Guessing 2 letters in a row, of course, you lose points you've gathered for that round. Okay, it's push your luck, hangman, basically. If you've got 12 players, that's what we're expecting. So let's start the game. Let's start with. Or you can choose. Okay, I'm going to go that one.
Ah.
You can choose your own difficulty level. Whether this is a vote or whether it's okay. Right. Oh, everyone's racing to put things in.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
From a while back. Oh.
Oh gosh.
So everyone's racing to put the same letters in. You get a point every time you. Oh, everyone's very fast at this.
I don't think this is meant for quite this many people.
Ah.
God.
Oh.
so the strategy it seems like just mash letters quickly.
Guess a letter and hope. Yeah.
And
General Gal's chicken, my favourite.
because if it's only the first one who gets the
Points for it, yeah.
Ah,
It's Speed Wheel of Fortune. Because you get penalised, you guess letters wrong. Well done, John Cairns, 36 points. And I was pleased to come in 7th place. We've got 11 points there. Let's play that again. That was kind of. I'm not sure it's fun, but it worked. I'd say you more fun if it was fewer people. But here we go. Let's
oh gosh.
quotes. Oh dear. I've got 2. If you get 2 wrong, you're out.
Yep.
Now it's
Yeah, tearing her
interesting.
out.
Just Liam left in the game. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters?
I think we all tank that.
Well, that was a bit easier. Scallion pancakes. Oh. Ah! Someone stop going for letters I'm going for.
See, I just wait for you all to like start it with the common letters, and I'm just filling in the blanks after that.
Ooh. Oh, two wrong. Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh, that's quick. So it's handling this all right. So I'm not quite sure what's wrong with Spectrum. Swim with pigs in the Bahamas.
You know, as you do.
And well done to Jonathan Cairns, who again has won
Good
this once
Lord.
again. Is amazing at this apparently. Let's play that one more time.
Quick survey. Who at this point is playing on a mobile device versus like a proper keyboard?
I'm playing on
I'm
a
on
mobile
mobile.
device.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I think yeah, just guess a letter. Hope no one goes for it. And oh, no, it's wrong again. I'm very good at picking wrong letters. I've noticed. Yes, I got a point. Ah, I've had that one before. Toys in your cereal. You don't do it anymore, do you? What's all that about? Rich risotto.
Choking hazard.
Steve is the winner. Is knocked off
Yay.
King Jonathan Cairns. Incredibly, he's down on the keyboard. Right. Now that's worked, and that was a very interesting experience. Let us attempt once again to play Spectrum, which I think is probably the better game if it works. Not that I'm saying that Letters is not a good game, but I think it works better with fewer people.
Yeah.
Let's start a new room.
I'm not sure I actually ever read the phrase once I got used to the game. I just hit likely letters and see what.
Yeah, I was going to say, the one I got last time for this was full or empty. And my thing was exactly halfway through. So I wanted to put like a half full pint of milk. And you think, well, that's cheating a little bit, isn't it? Anyway.
I had about halfway between sweet and sour, and I went for sweet and sour sauce.
I mean, I do think in many ways having a computer dish out a placement randomly is very useful. Because I found when playing Wavelength, I kept spinning the wheel and it always managed to go about the same place every time. So having something do it for me is very useful. Okay, give it 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to start.
You just turn the crank. You do 4 cranks, but each crank is a quarter turn each time, sort of thing.
Sort of, yeah. It's a bit like that. Anyway, let's try this again. Right. Ooh.
What was the room code?
Oh, sorry, did you not get in?
No, I didn't get in there. So.
Ah, sorry, Liam. We start now. We might try another game after this.
I don't know if it'll let you try an ATKY, I think was the...
Yeah, ATKY.
I don't know if it'll let you join late.
I think it might be too late. We'll see.
We've already started. Oh, no worries. That's all right.
lock it in. Just wait for Steve and Alex R.
First time. What's the policy on vulgar things?
Oh, fine. You're all grown-ups,
Okay.
mainly.
I mean, we're past watershed anyway, so we're good.
And
Okay.
as we've established, you probably won't get to see it anyway. So
That's true.
oh, here we go. Okay.
Oh,
Steve says switch. Where's it Llama Skull? Bottom or top? What?
bit of a gimme.
I'm sorry.
I look forward to the explanation on this very, very soon. Just waiting for Alex R. Alex Richards. Has it crashed for him? Who knows? There's no confirm. Is she been locked in button beneath the beneath the beneath the column? Try scrolling the page down. Perhaps you'll. It's solvable. Well, it should be. It should say locked in. Well, that's a pity.
That's a relief. What are you talking about?
Once again, we failed by Spectrum, which we think William James might run with smaller screens because that's like what I had. I tell you what we'll do. One more time. We'll play this one more time. But if you have a small screen, if you've had problems before, play it on a desktop. Play it on a desktop. If you are got a small screen, play it on a desktop, and we see what happens. If it means you can't play, and you can't play, but as we've discovered, we can't play anyway. So you know, so what we're gonna do? So let's try one more time. Start a new room. As it appears that that appears to be the issue. Let's reload. Join existing room. So if you had an issue in the past, either just watch this next game, or play it on some sort of desktop. And I'll give you another 30 seconds or so to log in. There's the address, playfromhome.us, which I've brilliantly done that.
I have a suspicion that it's limited to 12 players because when I was trying to get in to letters, it was saying the room was full.
Oh,
there were 12
really?
players
That's
already.
very interesting. So we know at least take 12 players. We should point it out somewhere. Okay, everyone's here. Let's start the game. We'll see what happens. Right. Right. Let's see how we go on. But if it doesn't work this time, then we're just going to finish it because I mean, 4 attempts is it's pretty well tried, to be honest. I want it to work.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
Well, I just remembered it said avoid using numbers, but it took it.
Well, you've done it then.
Yeah.
If you win, it would always be looked upon as a dodgy victory.
That's okay. I can handle that. I just like winning.
Yes, fair. Victory's still a victory. So wait for Steve.
Yeah, there we go.
Here we go. Okay. Popping bubble wrap. Ooh. Everyone's gone way up the top. $877. That's good. I don't know if sweet or sour cherry. I haven't quite worked out how this scoring works here, but
In fact, we've only seen one set of scores before now.
that's true as well.
I think it's up to 1,000 if you're like dead on, and then like down to 0 as you get farther away. Give or
That
take.
makes more sense. Oh, once
Although it
again, I
looks
think
like-
I'm doing pretty well here.
Oh, no, never mind.
Smooth or sticky, you get your own back gunge. Well, bang in the middle. Interesting.
Don't get the numbers we're seeing.
Unfit human, sloth or cheater. I sort of understand numbers. I'm not quite sure. Presumably,
Oh wow,
I
I was
thought I
out.
got numbers. It turns out I'm not sure I do.
I keep thinking I know it, and then it's not quite what I expected.
Yeah, who knows?
Ice cream, hot or cold? Now, I will say something. It felt like a lot like all the sliding scales I get. We're getting either top, middle, or bottom, not much in
Oh.
between. So I don't know if that's a.
I've gone wonky.
Oh, have you broken it?
I may have done, yeah.
Oh,
It just
Matt.
flashed right back to the title screen.
Oh, Matt.
I'll see if I
Oh,
can
we were
read
doing so well.
Just wait and
Yeah,
see
we'll
when I
wait-
grey
we'll-
out. See if
we'll-
I can claim it now. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
I'm
you're
back in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can reclaim it when it greys out at least.
Oh, Matt, dead on. I think. Well, looks of things.
Well, I don't seem to be.
I don't
I think
think.
1,000 for it.
I don't think it matches up Stockhausen, music or noise. I don't think it. I know what's going on. I think the positions on the screen don't necessarily match up with positions where the dots are. It's just on, where you are in the list.
It's gonna list in order
Yeah,
from top to bottom.
Yeah. So two people got that pretty much bang on. 1979, analog and digital.
Oh, that's a good one because I had that prompt earlier and I passed on it. I mean, it's
I
a
wanted
number.
to pass on it, but it was my third. so
I think that's a fair use of numbers.
fair enough.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's reasonable. Oh, someone's sliding away now.
Miles.
Interesting. Now, to be fair, it's been pretty reliable recently. Fair enough. Martin says lake. Where does it lie on this scale? Coleman, Chris Dixon, very well done. Very almost dead on there.
Hey,
Tunneling, boring or interesting? I've got.
Oh,
I've literally worked out what he's doing.
oh,
Is this in the spirit? I'm not entirely certain, but it was funny, so we let it go.
If it ends up being in the middle, I do notice the setter gets points for how
Well,
accurate people are
yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah, I can
So-
be to it, yeah. So I was bang on pretty much. Foreign versions of game shows, boring or interesting? And you're pretty good there, I think. Oh, sorry, probably should have said that whilst Foxy Rhino is still to actually put an answer in. Oh, where's he gone? Oh,
If the same problem I had, then they won't be able to reconnect for a moment. Now they've greyed out, they should be able to reconnect.
I think
There
he's
we
back.
go.
Yes, excellent.
And I think it shows up on people towards the ones towards the bottom of the line because of the reload page thing I mentioned earlier.
Interesting. Yeah, that's fair. Best taste of a Greg Scottish roll. Of a Scottish roll. Sausage roll. Hot or cold? That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm going to go there. But... not bad. Well done. Top for Wolf.
There we go.
10,967 points. I came 5th. That's quite good. Chris Dixon came 2nd. Oh, it's all on the list there. In fact, Common came 3rd. Alex R came 4th. And Jonathan Cairns was so good at letters, but so rubbish at this. coming in 12th. Anyway,
very much in the spirit of the bar, it does feel like we did a thing and got some points.
You did do a thing and you got some points. I think you could do with slowing down a bit and being a bit more explanatory on how it all works. But actually, as a version of wavelength, I think there's something in that. I think that's when it works. It can.
There is that intro screen that I think we just all click past so quickly.
Yeah.
That I think it actually explains the scoring and everything, and we just did it.
I don't think it did. I think it just said
no.
You got to
answer,
1,000 points.
pray.
I think that's that's it. I mean, it's a shame there's no time to really sort of discuss sort of the positions and answers between questions. It sort of moved on after 2 or 3 seconds, which is sort of part of the fun of wavelength.
I didn't even notice they showed you on your screen where the other person was until about 4 questions in.
Yeah.
So Nick, on a scale of game night to game not, where would you put this?
See, that's really
Ooh.
interesting. You see, if I could set a limited amount of players, and if I could sort of do a mean average of the audience answers, then I'd probably put it in.
You could, on the grounds that you get to start the game whenever you want to. So you just give the game night players the code first, and then as soon as one members got in, then you start the game.
That's very true. It's not quite as simple as that because people will come in at the same time. I mean, I've no real problem having multiple audience players do this, but if you're not in the audience playing, then I wonder how entertaining it is. It would say if you could chat about it, but there's no time to chat about it. If I could move the question on myself, that might be a bit different. If they could work that in, I might be able to use it. Jonathan Cairn says they're playing first and night last, right? And the game might work if you're lucky. If it's polished up to a point where I can use it for game night, where it's game night usable, then I'd be very happy to put it in. Letters are a bit more concerned. That's probably too fast paced for what we want to do, but certainly a version of wavelength that's a bit more tailored for viewers is something I'd be very happy to put into the rotation. So this is quite a new thing, isn't it? It's only been going for about 2-3 weeks. So it looks like they're sort of updating and bug fixing it quite a lot. So we might take another look at this at some point in the future and see if it's improved or has become more usable in the meantime. But yeah,
potentially more games in the roster as well.
They are, yes. I think they're playing on more games in the roster, so that's potentially very interesting. I had when it worked, it was sort of quite fun. Like I said, all my positions seem to be right at the top, right in the middle, right at the bottom. So I don't know. It was not the same for everybody. It might just be because my screen was. I mean, I was playing it on a 6-inch Android phone on Chrome. So the scale, the column A took up like half a screen if that, and I'm wondering if it used the space a bit better, you might be able to get a bit more precision in. But yeah, anyway, it's a very interesting experiment. I mean, we'll come back to this at a later date, I think, and see how well it works for game night. I think I'd like to include it, but it has to work for it. It has to work inside the format. Anyway, thanks. What did anyone else think?
Yeah, it was okay.
It's definitely got potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see how they
That has
expand
been-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to admit though, it is kind of bit dependent on your internet as well too. Sometimes if you're playing it as well too, because sometimes it might flash by fast for you, or sometimes it's just taking its time to get to where you need to get to.
So right now, it doesn't quite feel game night worthy. It's not quite stable enough for us yet. Although we've got that fourth game working well, we realised why it wasn't working with people. It's because evidently the phone screens weren't large enough. That's not really good enough. It has to work on all phone screens. And if I can somehow limit the amount of people, and if I can sort of have a look at an audience average thing, then I'd definitely put it into game night, because I think, and if I could also slow it down a bit so I can let people discuss the answers afterwards and laugh. That'd be.
Is it meant to be that you're supposed to discuss before you lock in, like as you're moving your slider up and down? Is that the intended time? Perhaps,
we're playing this as an individual game. Wavelength is a team game, where one of you sees where the bar is and names something, and the rest of the team gets time to discuss where they think you'd put it. This is not a team game. This is an individual game. So I can't. I've got no time afterwards to ask the person who set it what they were thinking. And if everyone here is discussing it before doing it, everyone's giving each other hints. So it doesn't quite work in that context. But there's definitely something there. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it could do also with some more scales as well, because I think we're repeating scales quite quickly. I mean, I don't know how difficult or easy it is. That's it, easy or difficult. How easy is it to come up with other scales for this game, on a scale of 0 to 100? That's a thing. Anyway, that was interesting. That was all for tonight's emergency broadcast. Thank you for joining us. It did much better than I thought it was going to do. 12 players. So that was interesting. Thanks so much to my panel for coming along. Thanks very much to Chris for sending me the email this morning. I wasn't expecting to do this evening, but we quickly got it all together. And we'll see you for another proper game night very, very soon. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.